The Abomination explained by Doombot. Welcome my fellow Doombots. Today we are doing a deep dive into the Abomination. Specifically his first appearances in the comics and as the first official supervillain in the MCU. This big green gamma goober is one of the Hulk's main villains, making his comic book debut in Tales to Astonish number 90, published on April of 1967, created by Stan Lee and Gil Kane. The comic opens up with Hulk saying that he must destroy everything. A character called the Stranger is the one responsible for this rampage because he has taken control of the Hulk's mind and his goal is letting the Hulk destroy Earth on his behalf. Once transformed back into Banner, Bruce realizes that only one thing will ensure the safety of mankind. The Hulk must die. His plan is to break into the New Mexico Air Force Base to blast himself with his own creation, a gamma ray machine. One single dose of its fatal rays and the menace of the Hulk will be ended forever. Meanwhile, at another part of the base, General Thunderbolt Ross has called an urgent meeting of his top security officers.
Gentlemen, an attempt on the life of my daughter Betty has been made by an unidentified assailant. 3 separate attempts to sabotage our most vital missiles have been narrowly nipped in the bud. We know there's a foreign agent operating here on the post, but he's managed to slip through our fingers time and again.
We'll get him, General. He can't evade us much longer. It's just a matter of time.
Did you hear that, gentlemen? Major Talbot just tells us just a matter of time. Well, I've something to tell the Major and all of you. We've plumb run out of time. I want that blasted spy caught. I want him caught now. The security of this entire missile command of this entire nation may be at stake. If I don't get the results, I'll take it out of your hides. I'll break every one of you. Now get going. You have your orders. Obey them. Bring me the spy.
We'll get him, General. You can count on it. The funny thing is that one of the soldiers the General sends away is the spy he's hunting, later to be identified as a Zagreb-born KGB agent, Emil Blonsky.
If I had succeeded in capturing the General's daughter, my task might have been simpler. I could have held her hostage for my own safety. But I can afford to wait no longer. I must get pictures of the gamma ray machine. No matter what they cost, there are those behind the bamboo curtain who will pay any price for Banner's invention. Another few pictures with my special sub-miniature camera and the job will be done. Footsteps. Someone's coming. I can't be interrupted now. I'm not yet finished. I'll find a place to hide and wait till he leaves.
I'm in luck. My lab's empty.
It's Banner himself. What can he want here now?
It must be done before I can change into the Hulk again. There, the safety is off. Now it's just a matter of time.
But before the self-sacrificing scientist can properly position himself in front of the fateful gamma ray. Hold it, Banner! We've been looking high and low for you.
Grab him before he can utilize that machine. I must be left alone with the gamma rays.
So you can change back to the Hulk and get away from us.
It's for your sake, for the sake of humanity. Don't stop me now. Having a good time.
You're wasting your breath.
And as the vainly protesting prisoners dragged away,
he sure did want to get in front of that machine of his. I wonder why. Banner's the greatest atomic scientist of them all. This could be greatest thing I ever stumbling into. This is where Banner wanted to stand. Now let's see.
And then the incredible occurs once more.
What's happening to me? I'm changing. It must be the same process that changed Banner into the Hulk. I've got to stop it. I didn't know. Didn't suspect.
But before another move can be made, before another word can be uttered, the dreaded gamma rays have done their frightful work.
Too late to stop, ha! Don't want to stop. I'm different, more powerful. I'm strong as the Hulk. I can do anything. I'm the master of the world, of the whole universe.
The Abomination, his strength and ego are severely boosted. Right before the gamma ray would overdose our big green spy, he destroys the machine to ensure he would be the strongest gamma guy out there. While Bruce is locked up in a cell, he sees a green monster who is not the Hulk or Shrek smashing stuff. This makes him so angry that he turns into the Hulk, breaks out of his cell just to punch this other big green goober in the face. Unlucky for the Hulk, he gets his ass whooped by this green egomaniac that while he beats up the Hulk keeps telling him how much better he is than him.
No one can stop me. I am invincible. This is your finish, you gruesome gargoyle. Even if your own strength can match mine, I've got the brains to think to outplay you. Never before have you faced someone who could stand up to your strongest attack, then beat you back.
No one beats Hulk back. No one.
Brainless beast, you haven't the sense to realize you are doomed. Not only is my intelligence greater than yours, but my own natural power is also. I'll have you helpless with another few blows.
Dad, who or what can that abomination be?
I do not know, Betty, but you've chosen the perfect name for it.
He's beating back the Hulk. If he isn't stopped, you kill him. You kill Bruce Banner. If only they'd finish off each other.
They call me the Abomination, and they're right. When I'm through menacing mankind, they'll wish they had only the Hulk to worry about. By then you'll be no more than a forgotten memory. And now I'm through toying with you. Nothing that lives can survive a blow like this. Not even the Hulk. It's ended. Now the Abomination is the most powerful living mortal on the face of the earth. No longer need I resort to being a fugitive spy. The Abomination is too clever to carelessly risk his newfound power now. Hence, I shall take my leave temporarily, and to ensure no pursuit, I'll take a hostage with me.
No, let me go.
He's the greatest living threat ever to face us, ever to menace us, ever to menace the nation or the world. There's only one being who might have caught him, who might have stopped him, and there he lies. The one we hunted, we hounded, the one we allowed no peace, no respite. We got our wish. The Hulk is vanquished at last, and in his place we have the Abomination to be Hulk-indued.
In the next comic, we get a surprising team-up where General Thunderbolt Ross, in his desperation to save his daughter, decides to revive the Hulk from his beating by giving him some smelling salts. When the Hulk returns to his human form, Banner helps to set a trap for the Abomination. Turns out 2 times the charm, because he gets his revenge on the Abomination while saving Betty Ross in the process. After the Hulk knocks out the Abomination, his mind control by the Stranger is removed. Also, the Stranger decides that humanity is not that bad. Why? I do not really know. So he frees the Hulk from his mind control and decides to kidnap the Abomination into space so he can use him for punching other aliens in the face or something. I don't really know what the Stranger is. If you know who the Stranger is, let me know in the comments down below because I have no freaking clue. After his debut, the Abomination would become a consistent foe to the Hulk and would go on to have quite some infamous moments in the comics. He's basically an evil version of the Hulk that is not able to return to his human form. One of my favorite moments is when the Rhino and Abomination teamed up to fight the Hulk, because come on, what's a better villain than a big muscly dude in a Rhino onesie that runs into stuff with his head first? The Abomination's appearance in The Incredible Hulk was my introduction to the character. Tim Roth's portrayal of Emil Blonsky is really great. This is no surprise looking at his work in Pulp Fiction. In this film, Emil is not a spy like he was in the comics, but rather a highly trained mercenary hired by General Thunderbolt Ross to track down Bruce Banner and simultaneously the Hulk. When he tries to take Bruce in, Emil finds out that his employer has not been fully truthful to him about his assignment. Because of course, the Hulk makes easy work of Emil and his crew. The Hulk even almost squashes Emil with a forklift.
It's true. a forklift truck like it was a softball.
To even the playing field, Emil Blonsky lets himself get injected with a sketchy knockoff version of the super soldier serum. In his second meet cute with the Hulk, he's doing pretty good until he gets too full of himself and gets 5 green toes followed by a tree to the face.
Is that all you got?
He heals up pretty good, but wants to become stronger and gets injected for a second time with the super soldier serum, this time with a bigger dose. It disfigures his spine and he looks like he's one injection away from looking like a human designed to survive a car crash. He finds Bruce Banner and becomes furious when he finds out that his opponent has left transforming into a big green booger behind. This makes him so mad, he forces a scientist named Samuel Stearns to inject him with a dose of Hulk blood that in turn transforms him into an abomination. After his transformation, he smacks Samuel Stearns through the lab, which leads to some green goo leaking into an open wound in the mad scientist's head, turning him into the Hulk villain, the Leader, who will make a second appearance in the new Captain America film, as he is responsible for turning General Thunderbolt Ross into the Red Hulk, both in the comics as in the new Captain America 4 movie. I'm really hyped for this movie. General Thunderbolt Ross in that movie is played by Harrison Ford because sadly William Hurt passed away, so RIP. I will be doing a video on the Hulk villain, the Leader, in the near future, and I have a Marvel Legends figure of the big headed figure ready to be reviewed in my attic, so subscribe if you want to see more Doom Tent. After Emil transforms into an abomination, he goes on a rampage through Harlem. This makes Bruce Banner super jealous, so he jumps out of a plane to do a big punch up and destroy the neighborhood. This is one of the best fights in a superhero movie I've ever seen because it's just two gigantic monsters beating the heck out of each other while using everything they can find in their environment. The Abomination just looks scary and he fights really dirty, which I love. His design makes a lot of sense because he looks like a failed experiment. Eventually, of course, the Hulk wins by doing a sick necktie choke thingy, and then the Abomination is never to be seen again.
14 years later.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Hang on a sec.
Even though She-Hulk was not the greatest series and was kind of cringy, I still thought they did an okay job with Emil Blonsky. Also that he changed as a character and that he's now like more of a peaceful dude. But then they turned a little bit into a joke. They jokeified it like they do a lot of stuff in MCU. But I'm still really happy we got some more Abomination in Shang-Chi, and also in She-Hulk. If I have to choose me personally, I actually enjoy the MCU origin more than the original comic book origin for Emil Blonsky, because there's some really effed up stuff I don't want to go into about Emil Blonsky beating his wife in the comics and just being a real dirtbag. I think the origin story of him being like a scared soldier is like more intriguing to me personally. I love the design that they gave Abomination in Incredible Hulk, but it's also nice that they gave him the more comic book accurate version in Shang-Chi and She-Hulk. Yeah, I just love the Incredible Hulk, and I think it's just a great story. Because Blonsky's reasons for turning into the Abomination out of fear of the Hulk and how strong the Hulk is and what he can do to him is really intriguing. I really like this design and I cannot wait to unbox the figure I've got waiting for me right above my desk. I'm staring at it while recording this video. It is also really dope to think that the Abomination of all characters is the first supervillain who was canon inside of the MCU. This is confirmed by the post-credit scene of this movie where Tony Stark tries to recruit the Abomination for the Avengers. At least I think that is what this scene implies. If you like this video, know that I will be dropping a video unboxing a Hasbro 2007 Abomination from the Incredible Hulk action figure this week. In making this video, I really got inspired by a video of Mary Marvelite, the origin and history of the Abomination, and also the history of the Abomination MCU lore by Key Issues. So if you want to see more Abomination videos, watch those. And of course, subscribe so you can watch my Abomination unboxing video later this week. Doombot out. Have a doom-tastic day. Namaste.